Good evening, folks, and welcome to another episode of Chasing Spirits Paranormal. I'm your host, Henry, along with Jeff and Vanita, and our luscious producer, Paige. Show us that hand. Paige, talk to us about tonight's cocktail.
Well, as Jeff and Henry showed the bottle, it's a Puerto Rican rum that his Aunt Rosie brought us. So it is one
Delicious.
delicious.
Rico.
It's delicious rum.
It is.
I mean, it's the aroma, the bouquet.
But then again, you gotta figure it's coming from Puerto Rico, and they got some of the best rum in the world.
I mean,
Classico number 5.
I took a sniff of
Spiced
it and
rum.
went, oh, this is good stuff. Okay, what do I have in it though?
Wait a minute, it's Ron con Especias.
Show them the bottle.
There it is. You can see it again.
And we have to thank Jeff's Aunt Rosie for this one. Give her a shout out.
Rosie!
Yay, Auntie Rosie!
And I got some OJ in there with it, and something that Henry decided was that damn good stuff I make. It's got it's a basically historical Gatorade type of drink. These called shrub. It's simple syrup, white vinegar, and whatever fruit or herbs you want to infuse with it. And then you let it infuse. And then you add whatever you want to it. To drink it, you better dilute it because of the
Strong.
because of the vinegar. Hey,
Eric!
Eric.
you want dilute vinegar. You don't want to drink straight vinegar. You don't have to.
Okay.
But you mix it. What we gonna name this drink?
I don't know. Let's name it after Chris. Gooder'n'hell.
Gooder'n'hell. Okay. Yeah, Chris decided Chris is a plumber.
Well, Chris and I we were having a social gathering last Friday that lasted to 2 a.m.
Yeah, here is scooch up. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good picture of Vi eating. She's eating a BLT.
And halfway through the course of the night, I decided I had to call Paige.
Yes, you did. So I got this drunk, high, stone cold. What are you doing? Oh, what are y'all doing? That's what I want to know.
All sorts of fun things.
So I get this conversation.
And it lasted about 20 minutes.
It's on both of y'all.
Well, then again, if I said anything...
It's all right. You're fine.
Okay, good.
And then, yeah. But that stuff you make is Gooder'n'hell. Oh, my God.
Chris is a real Southern boy.
Yeah, he is.
And, I mean, he's just like the man that could actually... If he walks the walk and talks the talk when it comes to the trades.
Yes, he wanted there. He wanted around. In fact, he just had unfortunately, he could not complete the job because of this little incident he had. He had to go to have a little bit of surgery. So it's like, oh, okay, never mind. So anyway, we got to find a plumber.
Then after numerous cocktails and sharing some of the lettuce...
So we'll be talking about tonight, gentlemen and lady.
We are going to talk about shared death experiences.
Not near death.
Shared death experiences.
When you actually share the death experience with somebody who's in the active process of dying. Like going into the light, dying.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been hospice nurses have experienced that where I was listening to this one lady, hospice nurse, her name's Julie. She was she was taking care of this patient, and went to see him for the last time, and I told him to and the person who was taking over her shifts, she said, text me when he passes. And she went, okay, so sure. So she goes out, she sits in her car, doing her thing, just sitting, kind of relaxing. And that's when her patient visited her while he was dying and said, There's nothing to be afraid of. I don't know why I was so afraid. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. And then right after that, she got a text from the other care person that he had just passed. She said, "Yeah, I kind of figured that." So she got to experience him experiencing death and finding out that, hey, this wasn't so bad after all.
You know, I've never had anything like that happen to me. I used to work as an orderly in a hospital. And yes, I've seen patients die in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But usually after they expired, that was the end.
That was it. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on I've done my share of CPR on patients, and no, I have not seen anything like that. I have not experienced any kind of share of death.
You know, I did CPR once, and I won't do it ever again because the boy died on me.
That's no reason to not do it. Most of the patients I've done CPR on are dead.
Yeah.
Usually by the time, you think when you're doing CPR, they're dead anyway.
So I spent like 15 minutes waiting for the ambulance to come. This is an interesting story. I went to a barbecue for a friend of mine who just enlisted in the Marine Corps.
Going away.
No, their applicants they used to call poolies. And so they had them all together and they were going to do a run or something like that. This kid was only 18 years old. And I just came there to go hang out with him. I had my dog Maggie with me. And what happened was he passed out. So I tried to revive him.
Your dog?
No, the boy.
Oh.
The guest of honor?
Guest of honor. Yeah, thank you. That's a lovely way of putting it. But I do remember.
My food was in the way.
Towards the end,
Uh-huh.
I was pretty worn out.
Yeah, it's very, it's a fatigue. It's very, what's the word before?
Repetition.
Repetitious, but you're doing a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a workout.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the adrenaline's going. And it's just.
I forgot how many breaths to how many beats.
It doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't matter. You just, as long as you do it, the most important thing, if I remember correctly from my last CPR class, the most important thing really is doing the compressions. Don't worry about the breaths, just do the compressions. The
Figure it out.
breaths will come later. But that could be wrong. It's been a few years since I've taken CPR class. I'm going to take another one again.
I'm a CPR instructor. You're right.
No, well, anyway, what happened was I thought I felt a pulse.
Oh,
You probably did.
well, it goes in and out.
Then I heard,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no. That's
that was the final breath.
Mm-hmm.
So I swore to myself that I would never, ever, ever again do another CPR attempt because I felt responsible for everything.
But you're not.
I know I'm not.
According to, yep, Eric, you're right. They stopped mouth to mouth on they're just doing compressions. I was right, yes.
They stopped doing mouth to mouth?
Oh, it's not. They can still do it if you want to, but it's
not required.
right, unrequired.
Yeah.
Well, this was back in the 90s. So.
Yeah, that was back in there. So yeah, that's
Like, compressions is the most important thing.
What,
Yeah.
tell you the truth?
crack people's ribs. What CPR stands for?
Yeesh.
Because you will literally crack their ribs.
It's smushy after that.
Yeah, if you're doing it correctly.
I don't think I've ever, I did what I could do.
Yep, that's all. And so there's no reason to feel guilty because he was probably dead no matter what you did. So
Yeah, at least
you tried.
you tried.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, the worst of it is right after you have an incident like that.
Tissue. Down the wrong tube. CPR.
I hate that.
Yeah, you.
And so you did. So he ended up dying anyways.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah. How old was he?
18.
Oh man.
That's probably tough right there.
Yeah, that's your.
So,
Was it like outside?
It was in a picnic area.
Or you get a little kid, like a young kid. Elementary school, that's or
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of traumatic. Was his parents there?
No. He was with a bunch of applicants going into the Marine Corps getting ready to go to basic training.
Oh man, that's a drag.
And I don't know what they did to autopsy him, but all I can tell you is no, I did not see any shimmering lights. There was no heavenly angels. There was no spirit leaving the body. Unless you want to call the final breath is where the spirit leaves the body.
not just a final breath.
That's
it's just
final
a
breath, yeah.
Final breath. That's all it is. But I was also listening to this one guy on YouTube today that he was talking about when he had a shared death experience. He was with this woman. They were dating. And she had a 7-year-old son, and they were in an accident. The boy, the woman, she died immediately, and the boy had a traumatic brain injury, and he lasted like 6 days in a coma. And so they were standing, him and the rest of the family, they were all standing vigil with the little boy while they were waiting on him to
Pass over.
transition. And he was in the room when it happened. And he said that he was in the room, sitting there with the rest of the family there, and he saw the girlfriend, the mom, show up.
Mhm.
And she hugs the little boy, and she scooped the little boy out of his body. She scooped him up, and takes it to, and she says, and she talked to him, and gave him. They got like a big group hug, and took the little boy on into the light. I said it was the most perfect reunion, most exquisite, beautiful reunion of a mother and a son.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then he later on, a few years later, he was talking to I think his another one of her relatives, her sister, so she came from big families, and she apparently experienced that same exact thing with her sister and her son,
Ooh.
and she got a hug from both of them, and they went to the light.
Yeah.
I was like, that's that's the shared death experience. Like you actually shared the moment. You saw what they were seeing.
No, I've never, but I'm sure it happens. Just didn't happen to me.
And that was a good thing.
Even when my father died, I mean, I was there for his death, and he was in his bed. And I tell you the truth, honestly, folks, he died the best way ever.
In sleep.
No, he was home. He was in his bed. He had his dog next to him. He was just home from the hospital for maybe 6 hours. He came home to die.
Yeah, that happens a lot. My dad died in his sleep.
Mine too.
And
It's the way to go. If you're gonna go
When you go.
peaceful in your sleep.
Yeah, my dad died he was in bed with mom, laying next to his wife.
well, I don't know. I mean, maybe because like my niece at the time was in elementary school and she came in and she wanted to show him all of his work, so she jumps into the bed with them and they're talking. And his dog Susan was lying next to him.
Just a dog named Sue.
Yeah. She was a cool dog. But that was his dog.
Yeah, still can't talk about Eric can't talk about his dad passing. Yeah, sometimes it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. A friend of ours just lost her dad last week. Yeah. So
Salute.
rest in
Good to hear.
peace.
Yeah.
But we still have Shamrock kicking in, still kicking.
Yeah, I was thinking about the time that and I told this story before on the podcast about my son when I was, we had to go back to the hot. His grandma just passed away. We had to go back to the house to get some paperwork, and he's just a little guy. I mean, I was carrying him the whole time, in my
Little
arms.
James.
Yeah, little James.
He was a cute kid.
He's still cute. Yeah. So yeah, I got what I needed, and we were leaving out the door, and the chair where his grandma used to sit in all the time and rock him when he was a baby to go to sleep and stuff. And it was moving. I was like, what the heck? And then as we left the door, apparently James saw her because he looked back up at the chair, and we had stopped going back and forth. But apparently James saw her because he said bye-bye and he waved to her, and then we headed out the door. But that was really kind of I don't know, it was kind of weird, but it was kind of cool, but it was also kind of sad that she was there to, I guess, say wave goodbye to him.
Yeah, at least she waved goodbye to James.
Yeah.
James, she might have been trying to wave goodbye to y'all too, but James was the only one who saw it because kids can see that more than we do.
Yeah, especially the little ones like him, because he was just a toddler at the time.
I mean, we haven't been taught that it doesn't exist. They haven't been taught yet.
Yeah.
It's just your imagination. No.
For people that have the gift, they're saying, I think it's stress. The more stress hits you, the older you get, the less you're able to see.
I can see that because stress can do all kinds of shit to you.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I mean, now you guys got me thinking of my wartime experience.
Okay.
Huh?
Have you been around some people dying?
Sure. I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be a Marine.
Yes, we do. I do.
Well, I'm telling the world.
The world now.
Go Marine.
World.
Hoorah!
Henry the Marine, and later Army guy.
Yeah. Did me
Super Fi.
Semper Fi. Well, at the time, this was October 23rd, 1983.
Mm-hmm.
The Hezbollah just blew up our battalion headquarters.
Hoorah! Semper Fi. Eric's dad was a Marine.
Oh, okay.
Woo-hoo.
And they drove a truck with 1,500 pounds worth of TNT right into the lobby.
Ooh.
Detonated it. Took down a 3-story building.
That's nice of them.
So it was just like smoke and rubble and fire everywhere.
Big mess.
Oh my God!
And
You want to talk about
burning bodies too?
And burning bodies.
Change.
And the
Don't
one
tell
thing
you
is,
that's fun,
the
sugar.
closer they were to the explosion, some of their bodies were just torn apart.
Of course. Yeah. That's what happens. Explosion. Things explode.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we were ziplocking. We were putting bodies into the body bags, and that was probably the most gruesome thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh, yeah. Pieces of bodies, and you don't know
Yeah,
what
and then the one time, sometimes you just got to make sure that it was so stupid that
I got a head, I got a body, I got 2 arms and 2 legs.
I had to make sure that, all right, we got a white head, I can't have black arms,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I can't have black legs,
right.
or I can't have this mixed up. And so, oh God. But the one thing is that I will never forget was this boy. His head was broken like an egg.
Yeah.
And he was still alive.
Oh,
And I'm holding his head together with my 2 hands. And I'm lying to him, straight to his face. I said, "You're going home, pal."
well, he went home. But that's the only thing you can do at that time. You have to.
Well, that's part of
That's part of the
that's part of military training too.
You don't have a lot of
You
nerves
have
in your brain.
If you have you're helping someone, even if they're
pain
their
receptors.
guts are hanging out. You just gotta tell them everything's gonna be all fine. It's gonna be okay, and I'll
Your
fine.
person is your comforting. It's all you're doing because you know, they know, you know.
Yeah.
It's
They know you know, but they don't know because he can't see the
I
top
don't
of his
know.
head.
I mean, it wasn't like I felt a gust of wind or something, but after he took his final breath, and I was just like, oh my God. And then that led to what, 40 years worth of confusion?
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it.
But the night before, after the blast happened, we were still up there. We were running security. And they had a makeshift morgue.
mm-hmm.
And I got stuck on guard duty in the morgue.
Have any after death experiences?
I don't know.
Anybody come visit you?
All I remember is I sat on a box and I talked.
Hey, you probably talked to whoever was still there and just come and gave him some reassurance, comforting. You know, you're being.
Well, I don't know. That was it. I remember talking to the dead because that's all I had to talk to.
Hey.
And I was by myself.
So you're talking to the dead. A lot of people talk to the dead, Henry. We do. When we go ghost hunting. When we go on investigations, we're talking to the dead.
Yeah, but they're like people that we don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't even know half these guys.
No, but you kind of.
Well, you knew them because they're wearing uniforms. But
no, I don't know. I mean, I looked at some of their faces. And some had that look of peace.
Yeah.
Others were just like utter shock.
What just happened?
Yeah, that's like when my dad passed away. Utter shock. For him.
Yeah. For me, my dad, I don't know. All
Yeah.
I know is my mom woke up the next. My dad was always an early riser, and he didn't get up in his usual time. And he was. Mom said he was cold in the bed. I said, "Yep." And she said his blood's why he had bruising. I said, "Yeah, blood was pooling." I said, "Yeah, that's what happens." So my dad just went to bed that night and didn't get up. So
Well, he died the best way because I know that's the way my mom went.
in bed?
Mm-hmm.
went to sleep and didn't wake up.
Yeah. She
And wake up.
I got the phone call the next day because I was home from rehab for learning how to walk. I had a stroke. And my brother called me. And then I was out talking with my neighbor, Chris, in particular.
St. Chris.
And Mr. Gooder'n'hell.
Gooder'n'hell.
And all of a sudden, my brother goes, "Mom's gone." And I was like, "Where'd she go?"
Bye.
Yeah, basically.
She transitioned.
And I never really got to see her again. I remember when I was in rehab and I'd call her and I'd tell her, "Mom, I walked 27 steps. Mom, I walked up and down the corridor.
Right.
I'm using the bathroom again." You don't understand, man. When all that's taken away from you, and you get
That's an accomplishment.
No doubt.
Yeah, my dad was cremated, so I didn't get to see the body. I just got the word that he's gone, and I knew he was gonna be cremated, so that wasn't a big concern. And that's okay. When's the service, Mom? When do I need to go to Texas? And I did, and Jeff and I flew to Texas in a couple of days.
Yep. Very popular man.
And we
He's one of those dudes in that area that he just didn't know a stranger.
he'd go to any place in town they lived in. Everybody knew him.
Yeah, he went by Buddy, didn't he?
Yeah. Hey, buddy! Hey! We couldn't go to the grocery store without somebody knowing him.
And if they didn't,
We were on one time. We were on Lookout Mountain in Tennessee, and next thing we know, we heard, "Hey, Buddy Johnson!" It's somebody my dad knows. We're on vacation.
And look out in Tennessee.
And my dad knows somebody. He's like, my mom's like, God damn, buddy, you can't go anywhere, can you? He's like, guess what?
Guess not.
And my brother's getting that way.
Oh, is he becoming a little politician? Or
Popular. Yeah, we go to like the ball games with them.
yeah, the football games,
Football games.
everyone knows them.
Everybody knows my brother. Everybody knows. It's just he's carrying on the family, the legacy.
well,
Well, your dad always had season tickets to there, didn't he? Because he was an alumni.
I think it's alumni. I just don't sure if he had a season tickets, but
He's been to a lot of games.
not a lot of games
with
yeah.
Kirk.
Yeah, they went a lot. Last time that was the last football game I went to was at McNeese
was this a high school or college?
College.
College.
I'd like to sit in the press box.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Oh yeah, it's hot
Oh.
as humid as fuck.
Well, your dad and I and Kirk were just happy enough to be down there near the field where the action was. But then
Yeah.
again, it rained, so you guys are at least in shelter.
Covered. Yeah, it rained, and Jeff heard my dad say all kinds of words.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, guys, we're getting off topic.
Buddy Johnson, you weren't exactly yeah. I have memories of you. Love you, Daddy.
He can hear you.
I
Okay.
know. It's been 8 years.
Come back and get you.
Your wife is still here, and she's challenging me. But okay.
All right, guys. Well, the one thing is that if anybody out there has similar experiences,
Feel free.
feel free just to tell us.
Time is it, guys? Oh,
30.
27 minutes. Okay, cool.
I can tell you about my dad's death.
Tell, yeah.
He died like 3 years ago. His anniversary was on Sunday. Anniversary of death was like this past Sunday. So death is never easy. Especially if it's your like favorite parent. Not allowed to say that, but it was my favorite parent. And he had the same skills as me, but he was a minister. So when he died, he had a stroke he had a stroke right beforehand. And he wasn't able to talk or anything. He just breathed real heavy. That's all he could do. And I remember when I came in the room and his breathing patterns changed. And at the time, my mom was like, that's normal. He's been doing that. And I'm like, no.
Breathing pattern, and you think
That's all they can do. They can't do anything else. Can't speak.
the Chain Stokes breathing.
Yeah.
It's a breathing It's a breathing pattern anyway. So go ahead.
Yeah. So, but his was like, I'll talk to him and he'd be like, he'll change his pattern a little
Right.
bit. It's about all he could do to try to communicate. And very end, I was in the area, and I could see him coming up out of his body and screaming. Pretty interesting. And I figured he was
Was it
screaming
like a-
because he was trying to
Belch.
speak.
Was that like a figure like in smoke, or was it just like what kind of?
It was just like an opaque version of him. It was like, I was kind of in a trance-like state anyway, but you could see him come up. He was screaming, and then he kind of got stuck. He didn't keep going. So he got stuck here for a while. A long while, actually. Like 6 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So then he was with me for about, the majority of the time he was with me, but I think he was split into multiple places because when I talked to my brother and my mom about it, my mom didn't see anything at all. My brother kind of had these moments where he felt like Dad was in the room. I literally saw shadows of him doing the things he would normally do. But it was in my house instead of, which is interesting, but it was in my house instead of in our family's house, our family house. It was a weird, every time he came in the room, it was like a weird sense of calm. And it felt like him, so I knew it was him. But that's really all I had to go off of, or I would see a shadow that, even though it was light everywhere, there was a shadow. Before he left, at least me, I was at work, half awake, half asleep. I was working like a double in a parking lot. Had a gun on me. It was a lot. What I do for work, it was a lot. Trust me.
Yeah.
But he wasn't alone. It was another shadow with him. And I could tell it was him, but I couldn't recognize the other one. Because again, it's about the feel of somebody that when they enter a room or around a room. And the weird part about it, it was like a light that was shining into my car. So all I could see is this big ass shadow, and then another shadow right next to it, in a place that didn't make any sense right next to my car. Freaked me out, woke me up. And when I woke up, when I was fully awake, it was still there. And then it got bigger, and it surrounded my car, and then it disappeared up.
Oh,
That was your
cool.
dad?
Yeah. So he left with
Did-
somebody. I don't know
did
who it
you-
was.
Did you hear his last words before he passed?
Oh, he didn't have any. It was breathing. He didn't have any words. The last words was ah. I mean, when he was coming up out of that body, like what the heck? That was about
Whoa.
all you got.
You can get a lot out of that.
Yeah, that could mean a lot of things.
That was like he was trying to speak. I knew he was trying to speak, but he was just like, he was just screaming because he
No,
probably was stuck.
actually having a stroke too, I never, thank God, lost my voice.
You didn't?
No, I had an aneurysm and a bleed. So I had 3 strokes and an aneurysm up in my head. Then they coiled it. I had no idea I had a stroke. Because I was still able to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was taking the dog out for a walk and I lost all strength on my left side and I kept on collapsing. It's like, hey, something's not right.
Right. The left side, that's pretty indicative of something, you know?
So we decided to wait.
You're wrong.
No kidding. And when I finally got to the hospital, there was a doozy. I was trying to go to the bathroom. I was watching TV with my wife, and I collapsed on the living room floor, up in the loft,
Mm.
and I couldn't get back up. And I was so embarrassed just because I had to get to the hospital, but I also had to go to the bathroom.
So you got to hold it.
No.
Okay. Didn't happen, but all right.
It does. And that was the last time I used the toilet for 6 months.
They were, tell you right now, the EMS was more concerned about getting you to the hospital than anything else.
Well, I guess they recognized me what I was going through.
They knew.
And so they sent me to the right hospital.
Said, this guy's having a stroke. We got to get him to the hospital or else he's not going to survive.
And I thought, I was going to go home.
No.
I went in there in October. I came out in February.
Yeah, you were there for a while. It's a stroke. One of the doctors I used to work with came in for his shift, and I was working in a freestanding emergency at the time. And luckily, he was in an emergency room when he had his stroke. That's like, wow, it's bad that he had a stroke, but he was in the right place. Because I think if he had been driving,
Oh, God, it was terrible.
and he was a young man in his 30s.
I was 45.
He was in good shape and everything. Ate right, exercised, did all the good stuff.
Well, at the time when I got sick, I was working in advertising and marketing. And my book of business just collapsed. So there goes my income.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of it, I had a stroke and I had the headache from hell.
Oh, the bleed.
Oh my God. It felt like a meat slice. My brain was in a meat slicer.
Because you're bleeding.
But I honestly did not want to live.
Oh, well, you're still here.
I am.
Can't get rid of you.
No. I'm enjoying my life now.
It's a good thing you
You know
can,
what?
too.
Yeah, because, he enjoys harassing his wife. Like,
All right, we're getting off the tracks again. And it's going to go back to Vanita till Henry interrupted her, but were you
Vanita.
close to were you the closest to your dad?
Probably so. I think so. I don't know. My brother might debate differently, but I would say I was, because I was the one that helped him build cars and took on more of his stuff, computers and everything. We all kind of did. But yeah, I think so.
But like none of your other family had the visions that you did?
Nobody, maybe extended a little bit probably, but he and I both had the same exact abilities. So
y'all both gifted in that way.
yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. He would wake up and be like, "Hey," I would be in college somewhere, and I would almost get hit by something else because I biked everywhere. And he'd be like, "Hey, did you almost get hit by a car?" And I'll be like, "Yeah."
Oh, so even when he was alive, you still had that.
Yeah, he's always had
that connection.
He always did. Yeah, he could see things. Yep.
And your brothers too?
No.
Mm-mm.
Just me
Mom
and
the
him.
daughter, huh?
Yep.
Your mom? Did she have any?
To us, the kids, but not. Just to the kids, not to anything else.
Yeah.
So she knew what's happened to us, but she wouldn't. Like if it was somebody else, she wouldn't know. But I could tell. I could feel
like
it.
a maternal thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, girls, that is a powerful thing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, honestly, I've seen it with my wife and son. I kind of remember with my mom. There's a bond between a mother and a son that is just unbreakable. No matter how much my wife says I'm a mama's boy.
Jesus, Henry.
Does she? Can't tell.
Yeah.
Your son is.
Okay. I'm way off base, but guys, again, the Gooder'n'hell cocktail.
The Gooder'n'hell. How do I spell that? Gooder, Gooder.
Gooder.
About right.
Write that down. Gooder'n'hell.
I'm going to actually call Chris tonight and tell him that you have a cocktail now.
Is he called it Gooder'n'hell?
We called it Gooder'n'hell.
I have his phone number. I can text him real quick myself.
Oh, he would love that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that there's our vessels, our bodies are temporary.
Just a bunch of carbon.
And then we're made of, the energy has to move on.
Energy is either made or destroyed. And it continues. All it is.
Yep, got that right. Now I just wonder if anyone's listening now that works in the health field, if they had any shared death experiences, because I was listening to this one podcast and they were saying that a lot of times the nurses that work in the hospital do, and this one was even in the room where the family wasn't around, but the patient passed away, and all of a sudden the room just kind of changed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like just between her and the person that just died, and they were it was almost like they were in this realm right before the lady was getting ready to take off, but for some reason she was included in it.
Yeah. Thought because she was in the room.
That is awesome.
Like, that'd be kind of freaky though.
It'd be freaky, yeah, but yeah, it could happen.
But it gives you an opportunity to see what's out there.
No, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be like the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, where the beautiful lights come down and the soul goes up and joins the energies.
Then he comes down and she's doing the pottery thing, and he gets behind her, and the Unchained Melody plays. It's the sexiest scene in cinema history.
I remember that one scene where they're in the subway, and I think either he or she was going to get robbed by this dude, and somehow he got shot. I think I'm trying to, because this is a long time since I've seen this, but I just remember the one scene where the guy that was gonna mug him, he died, and he was screaming because you could see the
Little black things coming at him.
coming after him. It was just freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's like whenever his friend, Patrick Swayze's friend, got shot, and the little black thing came in. It's like,
Well, he was bad.
It's bad. He was going to the bad place,
There's the good place and there's the bad place.
and we knew what the little black. They look like little like those little, what is it? The Star Wars.
The Jawas,
Yeah, what kind of look like?
yeah, like hooded things.
Yeah,
Hooded things.
Ewoks.
Ewok. No, not the Ewoks.
No,
The Ewoks look like
Ewoks are
teddy bear
cute.
things. These are little Jawa things, the little sand people, Jawas.
Oh,
Yeah, some shit where you could just see their little eyes and their hoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to stand up for a minute.
I think it's time to say goodnight anyway.
It is.
Hey, y'all.
I think we had a really good conversation. Again, please, if anybody out there has got stories, feel free to let us know.
Send them.
Stay
Thank you, Aunt,
strange.
for the rum.
Cheers.
Like, comment.
Do things.